Hello, a very good morning, all of you. My dear student, in the previous video, we had discussed about the basic terms associated with ultrasonic testing. Actually, ultrasonic testing comes under the unit number 4. So, basic terms associated with the ultrasonic testing. The we first we will study about scattering, absorption, attenuation of sound, waves, acoustic impedance, Snell's law, signal to noise ratio means SN ratio. What are the factors depends on the SN ratio, Q factor. These are the topics we had covered in the previous lecture and the previous video. Now, I am going to study about basic principle of ultrasonic testing. So, my dear student, what is the principle of ultrasonic testing? Uh, Ultrasonic testing uses high frequency sound energy to conduct examination, make measurement, flow detection, evaluation, dimensional measurements, and material characterization, etc. Basically, the technique of ultrasonic testing, it is used in the non-destructive testing, uses to utilize the high frequency sound energy to conduct examination, make measurements, and flow detection, evaluation, and dimensional measurement and material characterization. It consists of several functional units such as the pulsers, receiver, transducer, and display device. Basically, it is used the three types of the functional unit. First is the receiver or pulsers and transducer and display devices. A receiver produces a very high voltage. Listen very carefully. What is the use or what is the function of receiver? A receiver produces a high voltage pulses. Their pulses are sent to transducer, which consists of a piezoelectric material, which when receive the electrical pulses, it converts into the mechanical vibration, and hence high frequency ultrasonic energy is generated. Okay, this sound energy is propagates through the materials in the form of waves. When discontinuity is found in the wave part of energy will be reflected back from the flash and surface. The reflected wave signal is transformed into the electrical signal by the transducer and is displayed on the screen. Basically, the wave signal is transferred into the electrical signal with the help of transducer. So this is the use of the transducer. What is the use of receiver? Produce the high voltage electrical pulse. What is the use of transducer? It convert the wave signal into the electrical signal. Here this is the block diagram of the systematic block diagram of ultrasonic testing. This is the piezoelectric material. Here is the crack. This is the transducer. This is the pulsers and receiver, and this is the display on which the initial pulses or cracks or ecosystem or display. So basically आप यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि ट्रांसड्यूसर है, पल्सर है, रिसीवर है. तो विच पुटिंग द ट्रांसड्यूसर ऑन द मटेरियल विच इज़ मेड बाय द पीजोइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल. यहाँ से क्या होता है, पल्सर रिसीवर निकलते हैं और यहाँ से वेव जाके यहाँ पे आता है, जिसकी वजह से ये जो क्रैक आपको ये जो लाइन दिख रही है इस बॉक्स में, ये जो दिख रहा है आपको, ये हमारा वेव्स है जो वेव जनरेट होते हैं. और वो जो वेव जनरेट होते हैं वो बैक टू द डिस्प्ले में जाते हैं, वहाँ जाते हैं और वो जाके क्या होता है, हमारे क्रैक इकोस को डिस्प्ले कर देते हैं, इनिशियल पैनल्स को डिस्प्ले कर देते हैं. तो दिस इज़ द ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ अल्ट्रासोनिक टेस्टिंग. बेसिकली क्या क्या इन्वॉल्व होता है, थ्री फंक्शन यूनिट इन्वॉल्व होता है, ट्रांसड्यूसर, रिसीवर एंड द डिस्प्ले डिवाइसेस. तो हियर ये हमारा क्या होता है, पीजोइलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल है, ट्रांसड्यूसर मटेरियल के ऊपर रखते हैं, वो क्या करता है, सिग्नल को कन्वर्ट कर देता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ होता क्या है कि रिसीवर से यहाँ से क्या होता है कि चीज़ें जाकर ट्रांसड्यूसर में पहुँचती है, ट्रांसड्यूसर से क्या होता है, पीजोइलेक्ट्रिक पे जाती है, वहाँ से वेव्स जनरेट होते हैं जो यहाँ दिख रहा होगा. वो वेव्स बैक टू द ऑसिलोस्कोप में चले जाते हैं, जो कि डिस्प्ले हो जाता है और वहाँ से क्या तो बैक सरफेस इको दिख जाता है और इनिशियल पल्सेस दिख जाते हैं. तो दिस इज़ द सिस्टमेटिक ब्लॉक डायग्राम ऑफ अल्ट्रासोनिक टेस्टिंग. डियर स्टूडेंट, वी हैव यू ऑल हैव द नोट्स. तो प्लीज़ अपना नोट्स रखिए और उसको पढ़िए और फॉलो दिस वीडियो, तो और अच्छे से आपको समझ में आएगा. तो हियर द बेसिक प्रिंसिपल ऑफ अल्ट्रासोनिक टेस्टिंग and some methods for detection of defects in ultrasonic testing. Everybody knows that every techniques of non-destructive testing having some defects, means some merits and some demerits. So in ultrasonic testing, it is also having some defects. So there are two methods which is used to detection of defects in the ultrasonic testing. So my dear student, there is two method. First one is the transmission method and second one is the pulse echo method. My dear student, here the transmission method. What is the transmission method? In this method, use two ultrasonic transducer. We are using two ultrasonic transducer on each side of the object. Suppose that if we have some one object and the left and right, both are putting the transducer, right? Side the side of the object to be inspected. One is used to the transmit the sound energy wave and other one is the receive them. ध्यान से सुनिए. One transducer, what is the function of one transducer, and the second one is, first one is used to transmit the sound energy waves and other one is the receive them. जो एनर्जी को ट्रांसमिट करता है पहला ट्रांसड्यूसर, दूसरा क्या करता है, उसको रिसीव कर लेता है. दिस मेथड इज यूज टू टेस्ट द ट्रांसमिशन विद द टू ट्रांसड्यूसर. दिस इज यूज टू टेस्ट द ट्रांसमिशन विद द टू ट्रांसड्यूसर, राइट. व्हेन अल्ट्रासोनिक वेव्स travels through the object without any flaw, the signal received by the transducer is relatively large, and if there is any flaw, then it receives signal by the receiving transducer. So here is the diagram where हम देख सकते हैं कि इधर दोनों साइड में, इधर और इधर, यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे, दोनों साइड में क्या है, हमारा ट्रांसड्यूसर रखा हुआ, और बीच में जो हमारा रखा हुआ वो हमारा एक टेस्टिंग स्पेसिमेन है, कोई मटेरियल है जिसको हमको टेस्ट करना है. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे दिखा हुआ है. तो जो मैंने आपको बताया कि इसका ट्रांसड्यूसर, दो ट्रांसड्यूसर यूज होते हैं किसी भी सिस्टम को चेक करने के लिए. अगर एक ऑब्जेक्ट है उसके लेफ्ट और राइट दोनों में हम ट्रांसड्यूसर रखते हैं. मतलब लेफ्ट और राइट मतलब क्या, दोनों साइड में, अप डाउन भी रख सकते हैं आप और लेफ्ट राइट भी रख सकते हैं, हॉरिजॉन्टली भी रख सकते हैं, वर्टिकली भी रख सकते हैं. तो ये फिगर आपको दिखा है, ये नोट्स आपको प्रोवाइड है. आई हैव ऑलरेडी प्रोवाइड द नोट्स. तो यू हैव द नोट्स एंड गो थ्रू दिस वीडियो एंड देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड बेटर. तो दिस इज़ द वीडियो एंड दिस इज़ द डेफिनेशन. जो मैंने बताया वही इस डायग्राम में मैंने दिखा रखा है. एंड द नेक्स्ट वन इज़, माय डियर स्टूडेंट, इज द पल्स इको मेथड. व्हाट इज द पल्स इको मेथड? बेसिकली द बेसिक difference between the transmission method and the pulse echo method is that in the transmission method we have used two transducer, but in the pulse echo method we have using only one transducer. This is the basic difference between transmission method and the pulse echo method to detecting the defects of the ultrasonic testing. So what is the pulse echo method? Pulse echo method, here in this method only one transducer is used. I have already told you, which act as both transmitter, जो कि एक ही ट्रांसड्यूसर यूज होता है, जो कि एक्ट कैसे करता है, दोनों ट्रांसमीटर एंड रिसीवर. वन ट्रांसड्यूसर इज बिहेव लाइक अ ट्रांसमीटर एंड सेम ट्रांसड्यूसर इज बिहेव लाइक अ रिसीवर. बट इन द केस ऑफ द transmission method we have using two transducer, one is behave like a transmitter, another one is behave like a receiver. As sound wave enter the test specimen, and if it has any flaw, then some part of it is reflected back to the transducer, where it is converted back to an electrical impulse which is visualized on the screen. When sound wave reaches the other side of the material, it is again reflected back and shows another graphs on the screen. So now, my dear student, here is the block diagram of the pulse echo method. आप देख सकते हैं, here only one transducer is used and same transducer is called transmitter and receiver. Like, and this is the display, and this is the echo transmitter and reflect back from the surface of the flaws and cracks and crack back wall and test mismatch. So my dear student, you have the notes and this video is more than sufficient for your understanding. So put your notes in front of yourself and open these videos and study, so you have understand well. So next is what is this? This is the proportion of sound waves, and here this is the first one is the block diagram, second is the display device, and third one is the graph, which is drive between the voltage and the time. So medicine that the proportion of sound waves reflected depends upon the size, orientation of flaws. This method determines the location of flaw by measuring the time required by the sound waves to travel through the thickness of the material and gets reflected back, maybe from back wall or from any flaw. So what is the formula of find out the distance of flaw from the surface? can be calculated by using this relation. So d is equals to v into t by 2, where d is the distance from the surface to floor and v is the velocity of sound wave and t is the time is required. My dear student, by using this formula we can find out the distance of floor. So vd equals to vt by 2. So my dear student, this is the now the complete the ultrasonic testing principle, and his working is completed now. Then thanks for the watching. If you have any problem, any doubt about ultrasonic testing and methods, so you message me or WhatsApp me or mail me or comment in the video just below the video. And then in the next lecture we have discuss on electricity, EMAT, types of ultrasonic probes, electromagnetic acoustic transducer. So thanks for the watching, and keep in touch, study more, and be safe. Thank you.